Hey guys, welcome to our next static tutorial. In the previous tutorial we have covered static control flow and direct and indirect read. Alright, so let me cover some of the loophole in that. So what is direct and indirect read? Let me quickly cover that. So here I have initialize I equal to 10, that is static, and then I have the static method, and we have again m1 static method. Okay, if I'm calling this system.out.println I directly here, okay, because I don't need any method to call this I, so that we called as a direct read. And if we have put this I here, so this is again static, but to call this we need to call m1. Okay, so this is we are calling it indirectly, so this is we called as indirect read. Okay, now based on that we have some loophole. What is the loophole? So the first loophole is, if we are saying static int equal to 10, okay, and then we are calling this static method. Okay, so here this is possible. Okay, we can call direct read directly into the static method. Condition is we have to define that member above this static method. Okay, now the second thing is, if we are calling the direct read, so this is again the direct read, but we are defining this member below this static method, so JVM will not allow this. Okay, but if that is the indirect read, okay, then that is allowed. So here if you see, now I have put the same condition, okay, but here in the static block I'm actually calling m1, and then m1 is actually calling this I, so this is the indirect read. Okay, so I hope you have understand this loophole. Okay, now let's move to the static block. Okay, so this is the static block actually we are talking about. Okay, so why we need the static block? So first of all, static blocks will be executed at the time of class loading. Hence, the time class loading, if we want to perform any activity, we have to define that inside a static block. Okay, so if I want to do any kind of action before main class loading, okay, so I can put it here. So then it will actually call, this static block first and then come to the main functionality. So generally we use static block to load the libraries or to initialize the databases. Okay, all right. Now is it possible like to run any functionality without main method? Yes, that is possible. So we have these four things. Okay, so let's see. So this is the first class. Okay, you see we don't have any main method here. Okay, but we can print it. For this we have to define this static block, and we say system.out.println I can print, and then system.exit I. So this statement say I don't need to go to the main method and saying JVM kill this particular class. Okay, so now let me try to run it. Okay, and one more thing, this all these classes which we are saying can run without main method is applicable till 1.6 JDK. After 1.6 it is not allowed, so main method is required. So whatever I am trying to print here is only available till 1.6 JDK. Okay, so now here if I say, okay, so here you can see I am first compiling it. So this is compiled, and now if I need to run it, you can see the output I can print. Okay, so this is the same output I can print. Now come to the second case. So here what we are doing, we are saying static int x and the m1, And in the M1, what we are doing, so this is again static, okay, and then we are saying, okay, hello, I can print, and then system.exit. Okay, so now let's try this. Okay, here I print this, you can see hello, I can print. Okay, so this is the another possibility. Now the third one case is if I'm saying these are the instance block that we can also cover later on the later tutorials. So here when I run this class, again it will say hello, I can print instance block. Okay, and this you can see is the constructor. Let's see that quickly. All right, you can see hello, I can print instance block. Okay, and the third one is we are using the constructor. Okay, so this is the constructor, and before that we have an instance block, and similarly we can print this. So in this tutorial, what we have covered till date is loopholes about the direct and indirect read, and then why we use static block, and then for example where we can print the statement without using main method. Okay, and now quickly move to the flow, static control flow between parent to child. Okay, so here I have created two classes, so that is the base one and derived class. Okay, in the base one I have say static int I equal to 10, then we have static, in this we have m1 function. Okay, so here we have main method, then we have m1, and then we have static int j equal to 20, and in the derived class we have this extend base 1, and then we have static int x equal to 100, then we have a static block, then we have main method where we have m2 method, this is the m2 method, so everything is static here. Okay, so you know what are the rules of this. So first rule is identification of static member from parent to child. Okay, so here we need to identify all the static members from parent to child. So this is static 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the child we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this is the first rule. Now the second rule, you can mark it in your copy. The second rule is execution of static variable assignments and static block from parent to child. Okay, so here when we are actually identify, so here I equal to 0, okay, j equal to 0, okay, x equal to 0, and y equal to 0. So you can see that from our first tutorial. Okay, and we called it as read indirect, write only. Now when we come to the execution part, so here we are executing it, so we initialize. Now I become n. Okay, we come to this block, then we print m1. So here we go m1 and we print j, but j right now is 0, so the first output is 0. Then we come here, then we say first static block, then we have 0. Okay, so here is the answer 0, and then we got first static block. Okay, then we come here because we are running only static variable assignment and static blocks. So here, okay, now we have j and it become j equal to 20 value. Okay, now we come to derived class. So here x equal to 100, so x value become 100 now. Then we come to this static block, then m2. Here we come to m2 y. Right now y equal to 0. Okay, So here we come as 0. Then first write first static block, we print this, and then we come to this static block. This is derived second block. Okay, and now this y equal to 200, and the third point is then run the child main method. So here we come child main method m2, here we come m2. Now y equal to 200, so we got 200, and then derived main. Okay, so this is the output. So now let's run it. And here we can see the same output. Okay, I hope you have cleared this point. Thank you very much.